Imagine a summer morning. The first rays of sunlight gently kiss the earth, casting a golden hue over the landscape. The air is fresh, filled with the promise of a new day. The sun is warm, and the air is still. You take a deep breath, expecting to be greeted by the familiar sounds of nature waking up. You walk through a meadow, expecting to see a vibrant tapestry of life. The tall grass sways gently with your steps, and the flowers stand in full bloom. But something is missing. The flowers are strangely silent. You lean in closer, searching for the familiar buzz of bees and the flutter of butterfly wings. There is no gentle hum of bees, no delicate dance of butterflies. The flowers stand still, untouched and unvisited. This is a world without insects, a world where the essential workers of our ecosystems have vanished. This scenario might seem like science fiction, but it's a chilling possibility we face. Without insects, the balance of nature is disrupted. Insect populations are declining at alarming rates across the globe. Scientists are sounding the alarm, urging us to take action before it's too late. Their disappearance would have catastrophic consequences for life as we know it. Crops would fail, ecosystems would collapse, and the intricate web of life would unravel. We rely on these small creatures more than we realize. They pollinate our crops, decompose organic matter, and serve as a crucial part of the food chain. Protecting them is not just about preserving beauty, it's about ensuring our survival. Insects are essential for the reproduction of a vast majority of flowering plants. Bees, butterflies, moths, and even some beetles act as pollinators. They transfer pollen from one flower to another, enabling fertilization and the production of seeds and fruits. Without insects, this process would be severely disrupted. Many plant species would struggle to reproduce, leading to a decline in their populations. The vibrant colors and sweet scents of countless flowers would fade away, leaving behind a barren landscape. The disappearance of insects would trigger a domino effect throughout the food chain. Insects play a crucial role in pollination, decomposition, and as a food source for many animals. Their absence would not only affect the creatures that directly feed on them, but also the plants that rely on insects for pollination. This would lead to a significant reduction in plant diversity and abundance. Many bird species depend on insects as their primary food source. Birds such as warblers, swallows, and woodpeckers would struggle to find enough food to sustain themselves and their offspring. The decline in bird populations would have a cascading effect, as birds also play a role in seed dispersal and pest control. Without insects to feed on, their populations would plummet. This would lead to fewer birds to control insect populations, creating an imbalance in the ecosystem. Additionally, the absence of birds would affect the plants that rely on them for seed dispersal, further reducing plant diversity. Amphibians, reptiles, and even some mammals that rely on insects for sustenance would also face starvation and decline. Frogs, lizards, and small mammals like shrews and bats would struggle to find enough food, leading to a decrease in their populations. This would further disrupt the balance of the ecosystem, as these animals also play a role in controlling insect populations and maintaining soil health. The loss of insect-eating animals would further disrupt the balance of ecosystems. Plants that rely on insects for pollination would struggle to reproduce, leading to a decline in plant diversity. Overgrown plants would compete for limited resources, further stressing the ecosystem. The death of animals that rely on insects would also lead to an increase in decomposing organic matter, affecting soil health and nutrient cycling. Pest populations, no longer kept in check by their natural predators, would explode, leading to further devastation. Crops would be particularly vulnerable, as pests would damage and destroy them, leading to reduced agricultural yields and food shortages. This would have a significant impact on human populations, as well as other animals that rely on these crops for food. The intricate web of life would unravel, leaving behind a desolate and impoverished world. The loss of biodiversity would have far-reaching consequences, affecting not only the natural world but also human societies. The collapse of ecosystems would lead to a loss of ecosystem services such as clean air and water, fertile soil, and climate regulation. Ultimately, the disappearance of insects would have a profound and lasting impact on the planet. Section 4. Empty fields and empty plates. The impact of insect extinction on agriculture would be nothing short of catastrophic. Insects are crucial for pollinating a wide variety of crops, including fruits, vegetables, nuts, and even coffee and chocolate. Without them, yields of these essential foodstuffs would plummet, leading to widespread food shortages and economic collapse. The cost of food would skyrocket, making it inaccessible for many. Malnutrition and famine would become rampant, disproportionately affecting the world's poorest and most vulnerable populations. The global food system as we know it would cease to exist. Section 5. Nature's waste, our problem. Insects play a vital role in breaking down organic matter, such as dead plants and animals. They act as nature's recyclers, returning nutrients to the soil and maintaining the health of ecosystems. Without insects, this process would be severely hampered. Dead plants and animals would accumulate, leading to a buildup of organic waste. This decomposition would release methane and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, exacerbating climate change. The delicate balance of our planet's climate would be further disrupted, with potentially devastating consequences. Section 6. A world beyond repair. The consequences of insect extinction are too dire to ignore. It would be a catastrophe of unimaginable proportions, leading to the collapse of ecosystems, food shortages, economic devastation, and a further acceleration of climate change. The world as we know it would be irrevocably altered. The future may seem bleak, but it is not yet written. We still have time to act, to reverse the decline of insect populations and prevent this ecological disaster. Section 7. Our turn to protect. The first step is to raise awareness about the importance of insects and the threats they face. Insects are often overlooked, yet they are vital to our ecosystems. They pollinate plants, decompose organic matter, and serve as food for many other animals. Without them, our world would be drastically different and far less vibrant. We need to educate ourselves and others about the crucial role they play in maintaining the health of our planet. Schools, universities, and community groups can all play a part in spreading this knowledge. By understanding the intricate web of life that insects are a part of, we can better appreciate their value and the urgency of their conservation. Governments, organizations, and individuals must work together to implement policies and practices that protect insect habitats. This includes creating and enforcing laws that limit habitat destruction, pollution, and the use of harmful pesticides. Collaboration at all levels of society is essential to create a sustainable future for insects and, by extension, for ourselves. We can all make a difference in our daily lives. Simple actions like planting native flowers, reducing waste, and participating in local cleanup efforts can have a significant impact. Every small step we take contributes to a larger movement towards environmental stewardship. Reducing pesticide use in our gardens and supporting sustainable agriculture are crucial steps. By choosing organic products and encouraging others to do the same, we can reduce the chemical load on our environment. Sustainable farming practices not only protect insects but also improve soil health and biodiversity. Creating insect-friendly habitats in our backyards and supporting organizations working to conserve insects are also important contributions. Insect hotels, native plants, and diverse gardens provide safe havens for insects to thrive. Community projects and conservation initiatives can amplify our efforts and create broader change. The fate of insects, and indeed the fate of our planet, is in our hands. Our actions today will determine the health of our ecosystems for generations to come. By taking responsibility and making conscious choices, we can ensure a vibrant and sustainable future. We must act now before it's too late. The window of opportunity is closing, but with collective effort and determination, we can turn the tide. Let us rise to the challenge and protect the incredible diversity of life that insects represent.